Okay, here's my take on what's going on. Listen closely. Judge me later, okay? But listen, this is the facts. And it is entirely important that you listen to me. Now, we're the swamp, the ones that get the government checks for Medicaid, Medicare, and assistance, all of those. The older people that get Social Security, they're the swamp, including myself. I get Social Security. Now, the ones that get checks are depending on the government and counting on the government for their checks. How do you get rid of a swamp? You drain it, okay? When you drain the swamp, guess what happens? The fish die. Yeah, that's one thing they didn't tell you about draining swamps. That's his famous saying. Well, I got news for you, honey. I cannot believe you would go along with a saying that means kill the fish. That's talking about killing people, honey. That's what it means. I'm not kidding. Now, another thing. If they stop our checks, I'm saying this as nicely as I can, so that you understand me and you can hear me and you can listen. If they take our checks and they kill all the people on checks, well, if you're working, there won't be any need to keep the government open at that point. When they've killed everybody that's on a check, they'll shut down the government. Yeah, they won't need the government anymore. That's what Hitler was all about, changing the government. I'm not kidding you. Putting their government in. Iranian government. Not American government. Iranian government. Are you listening? I'm not racist, okay? And it's not about just one race. It's about controlling people, taking over. Now, they shut down the government. What happens from then is they can pay people however they want to. Because the government protects the people. That's what you need to realize. The government, our government protects us. And if they shut it down, it can't protect us. Now, thing is, as citizens, we'll no longer have rights once they shut the government down. We'll no longer have anything. We will go to work and be told when to report to work, what time, and what hours. We'll be given a cashier's check, not a regular check, a cashier's check. That way they don't have to report it on taxes for the government. And they can pay as little as they want. Let me show you one more time what NWO means. And I can show you. NWO means OWN. Ownership. Slavery. That's what it means, slavery. They won't tell you that. Now the thing is, if they shut down the government and they give you cashier's check, you cannot argue and you cannot push for better hours. It rules out the union completely. It also rules out everything that you could ever have for yourself. Not kidding. They shut down the government, then nobody will get a check that would normally get a check. And they would say, you have to be slaves now, and you have to work. And then they will give you a cashier's check, and you will work for very little money, if any. And you might not see any money. They might pay whoever is in charge of your housing. I'm not kidding you. You'll live in units. You won't live together. What better way to split a community up than to use mind on skull on them? As long as you're working on their minds, they're not going to stand together. Seriously. People better start thinking about this stuff. It's serious. Now, the other thing is, they shut the government down. They'll be able to pay the immigrants, and they'll be able to hire the immigrants. They'll finish killing off the American citizens, and they'll pay the immigrants and hire them instead of the Americans. They'll have more rights than the Americans will. And the Americans will become extinct. There won't be any more Americans. Some Americans will complain that they're not getting treated right. They'll work until they die. Just like the Jews. Yes, we're headed toward a dictatorial society. A dictatorship society. That's what we're headed toward. Communism, people. Think about it. Are you ready to make that kind of sacrifice? To die for your country? That's what Trump wants. He wants all of us to die for our country. That's on a check. So they can have what they want. Oh yeah, the rich people don't have to worry about it. The rich people don't have to pay taxes then. They can get off scot-free. They can take as much money as they want and leave. They can put everybody in jails. They can put everybody in concentration camps. Take it all and leave. I'm not kidding. We're in trouble, people. America is in trouble. Wake up before it's too late. Look at your walls. You see any bumps in your walls? That's putting out radiation to kill you. I'm not kidding. And it's under your paint. It's hard to spot them at first. But if you look closely, you'll see them. If you hold tinfoil up to your walls, you'll hear the pitter-patter of radiation. I'm not kidding. Oh yeah. They have cameras. They have everything else too. A little silver camera. That's what they use. They're sensors. And they help the lasers to point the right way. They have about 6 lasers, 6 mirrors. You may as well think about 666. They have 6 lasers, 6 mirrors. And they have a big long cord, like Christmas tree lights, going from one laser to another. And it's old style military equipment. They have a curling iron like ray gun. It looks like a curling iron, but it's not. It's a ray gun that they put out rays with. Yeah, they want to use radiation rays to kill us and drain the swamp. That's how they're doing it. Nobody will have rights once they're done. And we'll be dead. After that, we won't be able to say anything because we won't be here. I guess it's up to you guys. You want to be hung? You want to die? Or do you want to live? You better ask yourself that question, because that's how serious this is for everybody. We're fighting for our lives here, not just our country, our lives. And you need to realize that. Take care, good luck, and God bless. And I do know they're UK, because the ones stalking me were from the UK, honey. They had UK on their truck. I'm not making it up. Black truck with UK on it. Most of your lawnmowers, most of your workers are from the UK. And they're the ones planting the stuff in your walls. I'm not kidding. Take care, God bless. Look around by all means. Check your house closely. You may not see it at first. Ask God to open your eyes and He will. Then you'll see it. Take care and God bless. Bye now.